So, why did you choose our company?
This question is a familiar one for anyone job hunting. My name is Michael. I attend an average level university, not particularly high or low in ranking. Currently, as I'm about to graduate, my life revolves around job searching. I grew up in a single-parent household with my mom and sister. My dad passed away from illness when we were young. Since then, my mom has worked hard to raise us. We lived in a rundown house, and our clothes were hand-me-downs, but mom was always cheerful and vibrant. One day, I returned home, upset after being called poo at school. Mom noticed and comforted me.
Listen, Michael, we may not have much money, but we're not poor in spirit. Your presence makes me the happiest. Happiness isn't about money. It's about connections with people. So, there's no need to feel down.
Inspired by her, I want to find a good job so that I can give back to my hardworking mom and prove those who belittled me wrong. I've come this far with scholarships through high school and university. My academic level didn't allow for a top university, but I chose to study further instead of working right after high school to ease my mom's burdens. I aimed for a large company with good salaries. However, I was mostly rejected in the initial screenings. Few interviews materialized, and I often failed in the first rounds, struggling to secure a job offer. One unexpected day, I got a call.
We're calling to schedule your final interview.
I nearly shouted for joy, but I restrained myself and listened. Surprisingly, the interview was the next day, tomorrow.
Yes, if that's inconvenient, we can reschedule.
No, it's fine. I'll be there, thank you. I was determined not to miss this chance. I was shocked by the suddenness, but there was no time to waste. I quickly agreed and began preparing for the next day. I filled out one of my many resumes, tailored specifically for this company, and practiced my interview responses. I ironed my suit and shirt, carefully noting the route to the company, thinking, if I get this job, I can finally make mom proud. Maybe I'll treat her to a fancy meal with my first paycheck. I went to bed early to make sure I wouldn't be late for the 11 a.m. interview. The next day, I left home early, feeling upbeat. The company's building was a towering glass skyscraper. The interior was beautiful, with employees in sharp suits moving briskly. Seeing this made me wonder, can I really fit in here? But I took a deep breath, calmed my nerves, and headed to the interview room. There, several other job seekers waited quietly for their turn.
Excuse me,
Said the woman in a business suit as she exited the interview room. She quickly left, and that's when I realized something alarming. Wait, was she crying? Though I doubted it, she definitely seemed to be hiding her eyes as she left. Feeling a bit uneasy.
Smith, Michael Smith.
Yes, here. I heard my name called. I responded, psyching myself up and heading into the interview room. Inside, a man in black-rimmed glasses sat alone, his arm adorned with a flashy, expensive-looking watch. I'm Michael Smith. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, just sit down.
He replied with a dismissive tone. Surprised by his abruptness, but determined, thank you, sir. I greeted him loudly and took my seat.
My name is Johnson, the interviewer. Introduce yourself.
So I began as I had practiced many times.
Wait, you don't have a father. Are you from a single-parent home?
Suddenly, he interrupted, taken aback by this unexpected question. I replied, yes. I want to work hard for my mother, who has struggled so much.
Without a father, you wouldn't understand how tough work can be, right?
Excuse me.
Your mother's job was what? Part-time or at a bar, right? Easy to earn big money without using your brain. Our company values creativity and ideas. Don't expect to just do the work you're told and get paid.
He then started boasting about his achievements in the company. I could only nod and say neutral things like that's impressive or I hope to be like that.
So, why did you choose our company?
As I started to answer, well, it's because.
I know.
What?
It's the salary, right? It's troublesome, you know. Because we offer slightly higher pay, we get applicants from not so great universities like you. Why would someone like you even think of interviewing with us? A poor guy from a single mom home thinking he could get a job here. Are you mocking society?
Enduring his verbal abuse, I remembered the girl who had left the interview room earlier. Excuse me, I said, standing up while he was still talking. As I walked out,
Running away from this little pressure. You won't survive in the real world.
He laughed. I left without bowing, angry at myself for not being able to do more than that, and rushed to a nearby park bench. Trembling, I tried to calm myself with deep breaths. I had planned to call my mom in a few days to say I got the job. But now, having fled the interview where even my mom was insulted, I felt pathetic and frustrated. Tears fell, leaving spots on the ground. Good thing no one's in the park. After crying for a while, I went to the park restroom to calm my red eyes. At the sink, washing my face, I noticed in the mirror a large black bag on top of a toilet in a stall behind me. What? This bag? I wondered if it was someone's forgotten item. I stepped out of the restroom and looked around, but there was no one nearby. Is it lost? I thought. When I tried to pick it up, I was surprised by its weight. Wow, it's heavy. What's inside? Curiosity got the better of me, and I opened it only to find an unbelievable amount of cash. I instinctively stepped back, never having seen so much money before. It reminded me of ransom money in suspense dramas. I wondered, did I just see something I shouldn't have? Stepping outside again, I looked around. Still no one. This money could support me and my family for a while, allow me to buy nice things for my mom and sister. But then my mom's words echoed in my mind. Happiness isn't about money. It's about connections with people. What am I thinking? This is so low of me. Ashamed of my thoughts, I struggled with what to do. With so much money, I should probably take it to a police station. But walking around searching for one with this amount of cash? What if the owner comes looking for it? And what if it's involved in something illegal? Could it be involved in some kind of shady dealings? While pondering, I noticed a white card wedged between the bills. What's this? It was a business card for Catherine Miller, CEO. I thought, this must be important to this person's company. So I called the mobile number on the card. After a few rings,
Hello.
a woman answered, surprised as I expected a man. I found a large bag in the restroom near ABC station. I found your card inside and wanted to contact you, I explained. She seemed to understand immediately.
Thank you so much for contacting me. I'll come to pick it up right away. Can you wait there for me?
She asked, confirming she was the owner. I felt relieved. It's okay. I don't have any plans, so I'll wait here. I'm sitting on a bench near the restroom. Please take your time and be careful. I replied, then ended the call, holding the heavy bag as I waited on the bench where I had sat before. About 20 minutes later, I saw a woman jogging towards the bench. She bowed slightly, and I did the same, confirming she was the right person. I walked towards her with the bag.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for the trouble.
No, it's no problem at all, I replied, momentarily forgetting the weight of the bag. The reason was her striking appearance. She had a short, permed haircut and was dressed in a high-end pantsuit, petite and delicate. As she tried to take the bag, "Are you sure? Can you carry it?" I instinctively asked. She chuckled.
Don't worry. I'm stronger than I look.
And took the bag from me, then continued.
I really can't thank you enough. Please let me offer you a reward.
No, really? It's okay. I initially refused. But
I won't feel right unless I do something.
she insisted. So I decided to follow her lead. To my surprise, the woman led me to the high-rise building of the very company that had just rejected me in the interview. What is this place?
Oh, sorry. This is my company. I need to put the bag away. Can we go to my office? We have delicious tea and some foreign snacks.
She said, leading me to a higher floor than the one where I had my interview. The office was simple yet stylish in its interior and color scheme. She guided me to a spacious room with a window overlooking the city and invited me to sit on a sofa. She served me herbal tea and some foreign snacks that I had never seen before. This place is so fancy, I thought. Then, in a formal tone, she said,
Thank you so much for today. I apologize for not introducing myself earlier. My name is Catherine Miller, and I'm the CEO of this office.
She handed me the same business card that was in the bag. You're the CEO, I exclaimed, surprised. I had thought she might be a secretary or receptionist, so I was shocked that a woman about my age was the CEO.
I often get that reaction. Yes, I'm the CEO indeed.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was rude of me. I'm Michael Smith. It's amazing that you're a CEO in such a high-rise office building.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. But I'm only the CEO thanks to my hardworking employees who make it possible for us to work in this office.
Catherine Miller then explained about her work and her staff, including how the bag ended up in the park restroom today. Their main work involved developing new apps, catering to a wide range from women to children and teenagers, without being restricted to any particular genre. Apparently, the client they were dealing with preferred cash transactions, avoiding online payments or checks. Normally, Miller would personally deliver the money, but this time, an employee who got sick on the way had to take over. In a dilemma about where to place the important money-filled bag in the park restroom, the employee finally decided to put it on the toilet in the next stall. The employee was concerned but thought it was a quiet park and unlikely anyone would come. They reasoned that if someone did arrive, he would hear them and could quickly retrieve the bag. That was his plan. However, while preparing to leave the restroom, the employee got a call about another urgent matter and, distracted, left the bag behind. By the time they realized their mistake, I had already found the bag and contacted them. I see, that makes sense. I was worried it was some kind of dangerous money, but I'm glad the mystery is solved. I'm relieved it was safely returned, I said. After our conversation, Miller asked about me.
By the way, are you working somewhere?
Excuse me.
You're wearing a suit? Are you employed at a nearby company?
Oh no, actually, I'm job hunting. I had an interview today in this building, actually. I remember the unpleasant experience from the interview earlier.
Oh, what a coincidence. Maybe you'll end up working in the same building.
Miller seemed genuinely interested. Well, I think I probably failed. I left in the middle of the interview.
Wait, what happened? Did something go wrong?
It was one of those stress interviews. They mocked me for coming from a poor family, I explained. Catherine listened attentively as I detailed the events of the interview.
I see. That's really unfortunate.
Miller listened intently and then said something unexpected.
In this day and age, such interviewers still exist. That's unbelievable. Let's prove them wrong. If you're interested, would you like to do an internship at our company?
Her offer was completely unexpected. I asked in disbelief, really? Are you serious?
You can leave anytime if it doesn't suit you. Why don't you give it a try?
Miller's eyes sparkled as she made the offer. I would be grateful for the opportunity, but I haven't attended a prestigious university, and I have no experience in app development. I don't have any qualifications in that field, so I'm not sure if I can be of any help. I expressed my concerns honestly, not wanting to be a burden or take advantage of her kindness. Catherine shook her head and said,
It's okay. My company has a policy not to judge new hires based on education, experience, or qualifications. Everyone starts inexperienced, and it's natural to have strengths and weaknesses. It can be tough if you're not suited for the job, but with the support of colleagues and everyone's hearts connected, any challenge can be overcome. What's important for growth, both for individuals and companies, is mutual support.
I had heard many company presentations and taken tests, but never encountered a company with such a philosophy. Catherine continued,
I'm much younger compared to other CEOs in this building, practically a greenhorn. I had no experience in app development either, but I didn't want to give up on my aspirations without even trying, so I started my own company to make my dreams a reality. As I struggled to make it work, my colleagues helped me, and gradually, our team grew to what it is today. And someone who calls right away upon finding such a large sum of money is rare in this world. From our conversation, I can tell you fit the kind of person our company needs.
Her eyes were earnest, and I could feel the sincerity in her words. I too wanted to enter the workforce with such a positive attitude. I truly thought that from the bottom of my heart. I'd be honored to join your team. I stood up from the sofa and bowed deeply. For 3 months, I interned at Catherine's company. App development was new to me, but she and the other employees taught me patiently, and I adapted to the work more smoothly than I expected. After the internship, I was officially offered a job. Then, unexpectedly, I ran into Johnson, the interviewer from before. I never wanted to see him again, but there he was in the elevator. He probably didn't remember me. However, my anger towards him had faded. He was being lectured by his superior, a far cry from his intimidating demeanor during the interview. It seemed he was demoted and doing entry-level work in a new department. I saw him a few times around the building's convenience store, but eventually stopped seeing him altogether. My job hunting journey ended unexpectedly, but joining Catherine's company and being who I am today is thanks to my mom's words. It's my mom's birthday this week. My sister and I are discussing what to get her as a present.